Gracious and loving God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable unto you, my God, my strength, and my Redeemer. Amen. So, this morning we heard the story of Jesus' first miracle. First miracle, changing the water into wine at Cana. The story is only reported in the book of John. But then, John was more into miracles than the other gospel writers, so it makes sense. But right after his baptism by John, right after Jesus' baptism, he and his disciples went to a wedding. And Jesus helped out the caterer by supplying the wine. Now, when I read this story, I have questions. Of course, I always have questions. Why were Jesus and his disciples at this particular wedding? Was it the wedding of a relative? Maybe a sister or a brother? Certainly, Jesus' mother was concerned to make sure that everything went smoothly. If she were a guest, she might not have been so insistent that her son become involved. Perhaps she was the mother of the bride. And I have seen some brides' mothers. And they can be insistent. In any case, he was there. And of course, he could have just ignored the problem. Oh, Mom's asking me to do something again. And the people could have just gone home. Hey, we're out of wine, let's go home. Or someone could have gone home and brought some more wine. Or they could have served water. Of course, the reason most people drank wine at that time and place is that the water wasn't that good. So offering water may not have been a very good idea. Finally, he could have called everyone together and said, I'm going to change the water into wine, and done it right there, and then everyone would know who was responsible. And that would have been a really good way to get some new converts. But he didn't do any of that. What Jesus did was help out. You could say that he saved the day. He certainly made his mama happy. But he didn't do it in an ostentatious way. He just did it. He just did it. See, this story is not about the miracle. Although the miracle is pretty cool and it would be very handy on New Year's Eve. But it's not about how Jesus could do miracles. That's not the point. It's not about magic. What it's about is caring for the needs of others. Caring for the needs of others. It's about helping his family save face. It's about preserving the joy in the celebration. It's about the time that people could spend away from worry and work. And remember, at that time, these people were very poor. And they worked all the time. So they got away from all of that. It's simply about taking care of the problem. Doing what needs to be done. And my friend, that's what we need to be about. Every one of us. We talk about what MCC means to us. It's a place where we're comfortable being who we are. It's a place where we felt that way since 1968. It's the place where AIDS devastated congregations in the 80s and 90s. It's the Human Rights Church. Today, we're working to transform ourselves. Hear that? Transform ourselves and then the world. And we do that by study. We do that by prayer. We do that with creating a life that matters. We do that by reaching out to other people, by just helping. Just helping. And today we will meet to discuss and decide who will lead our church over the next year. We're going to discuss how we will spend all of the money that we plan to donate. And we've already welcomed new members who I know will take this first meeting seriously. Seriously. So today, think about more than getting through the meeting so we can eat. Think about why you first came here. What was it that called you to Milwaukee MCC? Why do you stay here? Think about why you continue to come. Think about what we can do, individually and corporately, to help others. Think about what you want Milwaukee MCC to be. And think about how we, together, can be the church that we want to be. Now, chances are that we will not turn Milwaukee municipal water into wine. We probably will not dance as one does at a wedding. And I know that no one in this church will clap when we sing because we can't make you do that. But we will be doing what we're called to do. We'll be doing what we're called to do. Because after the business that we do at the congregational meeting, it's time to continue our work as Milwaukee MCC. It's time to reach out. It's time to be who we are. It's time to let others know that they can be who they are. We call for the radical reconciliation of sexuality and spirituality. We call for social justice. That's what it means to be MCC. And for the last couple of years, we've talked about that. We've used the slogan, Be MCC, because it's about what it means to be part of this radical movement that was founded in a community of outsiders, called to advocate for others. We are called to radical hospitality. And that's what Jesus was doing in his ministry. That's what the miracle at Cana was all about. So I challenge you this week to go out and be radical. Go out and be radical. Go out and be followers of Jesus. And be MCC. Amen?
Amen.